Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Cam Jennings coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com. Hope you guys are doing amazing out there. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the lows. Before I get into this, I want to remind everybody to go over to EpicConversions.com, sign up for my free newsletter. I put out my best content by email, especially free content. I'm not talking about paid courses or books or anything. As far as just free content from me, I feel like if you want to get the best stuff, you got to join my email list. That's where I put out my best content in the good old-fashioned email inbox. So be sure to get over there and sign up. At the end of this video, I'll tell you a few reasons why you probably wouldn't want to sign up for my email list, because it's not for everybody. But let's talk about the lows. A lot of people say, what do you mean the lows? I'm talking about the highs and lows of online business. What I have found over the last decade plus of online marketing is that it's a constant thing with the highs and the lows, and it's really helpful if you can balance that out, but it's not easy. Seems like the first part of my journey was filled with highs where I felt really, really good and confident about myself because I was achieving awesome things, or lows where things didn't work out the way I wanted them to. And it was almost like this swing, the cycle of my confidence and my ability to make something happen was linked to success. Like, if I wasn't able to make something happen that I was trying to make happen, then all of a sudden it put my confidence out of whack. You know, and it had me entering this kind of low. And I think that's pretty common in internet marketing and entrepreneurship in general. You're just not going to hear a lot of people talking about it. And the reason you're not going to hear people talking about it is because they perceive it to not be good for their brand. And you know, they might be right. It's probably not great for your brand to talk about, you know, having a failure that's currently happening. A lot of people talk about failures and stuff like that in a context of before they figured this one thing out, you know. So that's more of a sales angle, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about like real failure, not even failure, but like real lows, you know? Because I don't believe in like failure as it pertains to like a business that's currently active. I believe in testing. And when you're testing, some things work and some things don't. But there again, that simple little terminology, testing. Sometimes it's how you look at it. When we talk about this idea of evening out your emotions and not having these extreme highs where, hey, I just made, you know, $10,000 in the last 2 days, or, you know, these lows where like, oh, I had a goal to sell 1,000 units and I only sold 300. You know, it like can affect your confidence if you're not like careful with how you view it, you know. Those highs and lows exist for everyone, but I think the difference is how you manage those highs and lows. Because the fact is, when it comes to success, some things are going to succeed and some things aren't going to succeed. But if you're looking at the scope of testing, that's like the first step to kind of balancing out those highs and lows. I try to look at it like nothing's ever as good as I think it looks, and nothing's ever as bad as I think it looks. That's another kind of way to balance out the highs and lows. I have that kind of mantra, just kind of like a rule that I live by. Like, nothing's ever as good as I think it is, nothing's ever as bad as I think it is. ultimate success is, when things go exactly how I thought they were going to go. But, actual success is maintaining sustainability, even if, things didn't go exactly how you wanted them to go. So it's kind of a difference of looking at it. I think a lot of your success, and this is true, all this stuff I'm telling you is true, but pay attention to this. I think a lot of your success is dependent heavily on your confidence and the way you project that confidence. I mean, if you feel very confident something's going to succeed, you have a far greater chance of it succeeding. It's going to affect the decisions you make. It's going to affect how you deal with other people. It's going to affect everything. If you're putting things out and you're operating from this position of uncertainty, where you don't know what's going to happen, you feel like you're playing the lottery or something, then I feel like, it's almost like the universe is going to react to that or something, So, if you can accept that as truth, then you can start to see why confidence is so important. And the way to maintain your confidence is to not attach it to your successes or failures. As far as monetary successes or monetary failures, you have to attach your confidence to your ability to sustain this level, degree of just kind of expectation, and the way you react, to things that are happening around you. You have to kind of keep it the same, not look at anything too great or anything too much of a loss. This coming year, I'm going to put out 6 print books. One at the end of January, and then every other month, basically. I'm looking at I got the proof of January's release in my office, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, I really am not too happy with this. The book was based off a transcription, and it's fine, but it's the first print book I'm really putting out, so I'm just starting to feel like today, I might want to just rewrite this, just from just a total writing standpoint, and not just use the skeleton of a transcription, so I don't know. I have to figure out what I want to do with that, but I think it's one of those situations where I think that would scare a lot of people off. Oh, it's too much work. I don't want to, rewrite a 168-page book or whatever, and I don't want to put out this transcription. It looks bad, whatever. My thing is this: everything can be worked around. I can easily put a disclaimer in the front of the book that says, "Hey, this is a transcription originally, so if you don't like reading transcriptions, maybe this isn't for you." I can easily do that, It depends on what I feel like doing, So, I mean, and I don't look at it like a failure either way, you know what I mean? However I do it, it's not a failure to me. As far as managing my emotions over the situation, if the book sells, a zillion copies, that's great, but I'm not going to get too excited about it. If the book sells 3 copies, that's great. I'm not going to get too down about it, because I know I'm moving into print because I feel like there's opportunity there. I don't expect to be the grand master of print books anytime soon. Even after 10 years of doing print, I probably still wouldn't be, the master at it, I'm just, putting my hand in there and seeing what I can do, trying to take advantage of opportunities. But I think, trying to get back to our topic here, when it comes to the highs and lows of internet marketing and the highs and lows of online business, it's really good to look at it with an even keel. Approach things from a standpoint of it's never too high, it's never too low. And I'm not trying to come at you like someone who has conquered this demon or whatever. I'm not trying to come at you from this high and mighty place of like, oh yeah, I've conquered that and now I've got it all figured out, you know. It's something I work on every day, you know. People play this game to win, you know, and it is not fun to lose. So you get angry when you lose sometimes. When things don't go your way, you get mad. So, you know, again, I think it's something that I actively work on when I talk about sustainability and when I talk about maintaining your confidence levels and not attaching your confidence to your, you know, monetary successes or monetary failures. You know, sometimes you can't control how successful something is. You can do things to put yourself in a position to succeed, but at the same time, sometimes things just don't always go the way you want them to go, especially when you're trying new things and you're testing a lot of things out. You just don't know how it's going to go. So when things don't go the way you want them to go, you can enter this kind of low period if you start attaching your confidence to like what you succeed at and what you don't succeed at, you know? I just think it's really good to attach your confidence levels to something that you can 100% control, okay? And what you can 100% control is how you react to your successes and failures, you know? Try to maintain that even keel, you know? That's what has helped me over the years, because the fact of the matter is, if you can maintain your confidence levels, you can achieve far more success than if you're approaching these launches and approaching these new projects from a place of uncertainty where you're just not quite sure if it's going to work out or not. Like me, we come back to the printed books. I know I'm going to sell some printed books. You know, I was talking to someone the other day and they said, yeah, you know you're going to sell some printed books because you have a big email list. And like, I guess technically you could say that that person had a point, but at the same time, I think it goes beyond that. I know that I'm going to sell some printed books because I have an even keel of confidence about what I'm doing. But what if I put the book out and I don't sell any of them? I don't sell any copies. Maybe nobody likes that subject I'm talking about, whatever it is. Then what? Am I going to let my confidence fall through the floor? I'm not, because, you know, I have like an even keel on confidence, and it's not something I have mastered. It's something I have to work at every day. So anyways, just talking a little bit about the highs and lows, the emotion stuff. I think it affects everybody, you guys. I just don't think everybody talks about it because, you know, it's not a popular subject. It doesn't build brand equity to talk about things that you're struggling with. That doesn't build brand equity. So I don't think a lot of people feel like it's good for their look. A lot of people don't feel like it's good for what they're trying to present to the world. They want people to believe they can help them. People don't generally believe you can help them when you're talking about your problems. They got their own problems. They don't want to hear about your problems. So that's why I don't know if people always talk about the lows. But I do think, and I believe this, I believe that if you want to succeed online, you need to be able to see the whole picture. You need to see the big picture, not just the wins. You got to be able to see the wins, the losses, the whole thing, everything that's entailed, which leads us into, you know, work, you know, how hard it is to succeed and the kind of work involved. But that's the topic for another day. Anyways, that's all I got. Let me tell you a little bit about who doesn't belong on my list. Who doesn't belong signed up for my free newsletter. People who don't like to receive 3 to 6 emails a week, because usually that's what I send out to my list, 3 to 6 emails a week. Sometimes I rant. Sometimes I get into long diatribes about what's wrong with the industry. Sometimes I tell big, long stories. Sometimes I occasionally offer insights into things that will help you. It's kind of a roller coaster ride, to be honest, on my list. One thing you'll hardly ever get is just a simple like, hey, go here and buy this. You don't hardly ever get that. I don't even know if I've ever sent an email like that. I don't know if it's possible for me to send an email like that. Like, I like to, I'm a talker, and I like to like just, you know, just write it out, you know, and it feels like it ain't nothing for me to get to 800 words in an email. So if you don't like emails like that, if you prefer really, really short, go here, buy this emails, you don't belong on my list. If you prefer your email marketers to just get to the point and not tell stories, you don't belong on my list. That's not how I do it. If you don't like to receive 3 to 6 emails a week from somebody with some kind of a pitch in every single email, because I believe you should have some kind of a link in almost every email you sell. And if you don't have a link, you should still be pitching something that's coming, right? I think that's important. But anyways, all these ideas about email marketing, it's a topic for another day. But I just want to say these are the things that I do with email marketing. I've been doing it for over a decade. It works for me, but I only want certain people on my list. And so if you don't like any of those ideas, then you don't belong on my list. So find life elsewhere. But if that sounds cool to you, then get over to epicconversions.com and join us. That's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.